Perfect. Perfect. Why in your video?
Because this is a moment.
It is a moment. It's not one that needs to be recorded though. Alright, so I'm just working on the Stagea. As you can see, got rego, yay. So I'm changing out the rear tow arm on the right hand side of the driver's side. As you can see, this one got pulled on, I guess, got bent. This one's a nice straight one. So I'll throw this in, and the bolts that hold it in place on the inside onto the cradle are like adjustable ones, so depending on which way you point that notch depends on how much toe the car has. So it's going in for a wheel alignment next Thursday, so I'll just eyeball it for now. Alright, so my coils are all held together with tape and crap, so I managed to score 5 super coils, super spark, super something, come on, progress. There we go, super spark RB25 series 1 coils in one standard one. So this is just what the guy had, they were cheap, whatever, I'll just put that one at the front in case it dies. Anyway, hopefully this gives it a bit more spark power, and super cheap. Don't have any spark plugs to suit this right now. Apparently there's a bit of a shortage on NGK stuff, so just gonna have to hope for the best with the old ones. So after this, put some new oil in it because the old oil got full of the stale fuel when we stuffed up the crank angle sensor repin, and so it was just pumping fuel into the cylinders and making its way into the oil, blah blah blah. So throw some more oil in, yeah, put the coils on, put my cover back on, and then go get some fresh fuel and see if this thing boosts instead of just pinging its head off because the fuel's 15 years old and it smells like crap. Alright, so we're just under the Stagea here, changing out the ball joints because these ones are well far past it. And the car's been driving for like maybe 100 kilometers or so. And I noticed that I've got a nice row of grease. So, anyway, it's 2 tiny little cuts and they're ejecting all the grease. So all have to come back out and that'll have to get changed. And then a little bit of grease around the edge here from me not doing a very good job with that seal, or whatever it is, that strap. But that's okay. That's slightly more concerning, but not super worrying. Just makes a mess. So yeah, gonna have to deal with that eventually. Alright, so I just got the pump back out of the Stagea, and oh my god, look at all this crap. Looks like maybe this foam's starting to come apart now. I can't be sure, but it's got to come apart and got to get cleaned. I've got to get this filter somewhat clean. Actually pumps, otherwise it will not do anything. In the tank still looks fairly clean, which is good, so it must just be stuff in that housing already. Hopefully it's broken down a bit more so we can get it off a little easy this time. Alright, so this stuff seems to come out a little bit easier. Must have been the fuel doctor I put in, but look at that, scrapes straight out. Just gotta wipe it off. So with any luck I'll be able to get most of this clean. Then it doesn't look like this foam is deteriorating. It's alright. Oh, maybe a little bit. See, it's starting to peel up as I roll it there, but we'll have to see. Anyway, this stuff just comes straight off the filter, so hopefully it gets eaten by brake clean. Be able to clean up the filter because I don't have another one. Clean up all this crap, throw it back in, keep limping around for a little longer. The fuel sender, this bit here, wasn't working, so I don't know if that's just crappy connections or all the built up nuts in there or what, but I plan to replace this whole setup, so fingers crossed I can find that soon enough. Pete, I'm looking at you, buddy. I know that you'll see this in the future and you've either given it to me or you haven't, sold it to me or you haven't, but come on man, I need a fuel pump setup, please. Alright, so this is pretty much the setup. Marlboro 460 into its coupler, into another dodgy connector, into the plug that then goes into the sender hat, whatever. This is now swelled to too big, so that's good. These are all gummed up, still with shit because I can't get it off. This is mostly clean. This doesn't fit. There's no return anymore because I cut it in half. Oh, that's the wrong one. There it is, because I cut it in half. And the fuel line's deteriorating anyway, even though it said freaking fuel hose, and it's still deteriorating. I guess it's only fuel hose on the inside. False advertising. Anyway, we throw this back in. Hope it works. Fix the rest of it later. Hope this just miraculously fixes itself. That'd be nice. Alright, so I did a couple of quick cheeky mods this morning, thanks to Pete for hooking me up. So, got a new catch can. This one came out of my Series 1. I've seen quite a few of these in Series 1s. However, the bracket is the same as the Series 2 bracket, they just bend it. Because I suspect this is some ADR approved garbage for earlier import models. And then this is the Series 2 one. See, it's much smaller, fits much better, and fits in the mount, so it's not zip tied in, nice and solid. So that's good score, thanks Pete. And then that hood lining, perfect condition out of a Series 2. Again, thank you Pete. Much nicer than my old one, which is falling apart. So just a couple little bits, and the piece de resistance that Pete has hooked me up with as well is a fuel tank. So mine had all that horrible sludgy stuff in it, so I've got to pull the fuel sender out and swap my pump across because I've got a good pump in there, and probably the filter sock, then put this tank back together and send it back to Pete because he hooked me up with a deal. So this will, my old tank will get sold again to someone else for a great discount because they're getting hard to get, so maybe someone's got more patience than me and can clean it up. But for now, I'm just going to pull this tank out, pull the pump out, swap my pump in, put it all back into my car, and the Stagea is better than ever. But Peter's, as always, got more parts than I can afford, so I got to get coilovers off him and some boot trim pieces. And yeah, my Stagea is just about done, except it's using water. And I don't know where it's going. I only filled this up yesterday and it's already down. So I think that maybe my heater core's leaking, which is, you know, super easy to fix. So that'll be fun. But other than that, Stagea's going strong. It's been the daily now for, I don't know, 3 months. Hasn't let me down yet. Going to the drive-ins in it. It's pretty awesome. So yeah, just need to get it sitting right instead of having more than a steel cap worth of gap on the guard. But I'm very happy with it. It's going well.